112 years ago, the UP Board of Regents had a vision to develop their true firstborn college that will spearhead national development through agriculture. At the foot of Mount Makiling, Edwin B. Copeland, together with 7 faculty and 12 students, embarked on the journey to create the UP College of Agriculture, or UPCA. Through its 112 years of existence, the college has produced over 1,000 technologies and variety of plants and animals, 9 national scientists, over 30 outstanding young scientists, and more than 18,000 graduates contributing to agricultural development. UPCA, now College of Agriculture and Food Science, or CAFS, has been continuously contributing to nation building through its instruction, research, and extension function. A mere 10 years after establishment, the college was able to start breeding works with the production of sugarcane varieties with high productivity and resistance to Fiji and mosaic disease. In the 1920s, the importance of agriculture was intensified and UPCA was recognized as neighboring countries began sending their students to Los Baños because of the high quality of education. In the 1930s, breeds with superior characteristics such as the Burkhala pig, Los Baños Cantonese chicken, and Philippine cattle were developed. The 1960s was a fruitful decade for research. Makapuno, a coconut cultivar often made into a dessert, was pioneered and perfected. Meanwhile, the Dairy Training and Research Institute was the first in the country to freeze buffalo semen, paving the way for artificial insemination of local carabaos. Along with the establishment of UPLB in the 70s, the college received the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award for International Understanding, Asia's counterpart for the Nobel Peace Prize. In the same decade, the C4 plants were developed. The soil test kits were produced in support of the Masagana 99 program, and the mango induction technique was introduced. Continuing the production of quality research outputs in the 1980s, techniques to minimize post-harvest losses, the accelerated fish sauce manufacturing process, and the rapid test kit for the detection of pesticide residue on vegetables were developed. The 1990s saw many new varieties across species or crop types, including Sinta Papaya, the first Philippine-bred hybrid, UPLB Gold, a durian variety, and Doña Amelita, a musaenda named after the wife of former President Fidel Ramos. The award-winning National Corn-Based Farmer Scientist RDE Training Program, or FSTP, was also established around this time and still remains as one of the university's primary extension programs. In the field of instruction, the book titled Integrating Sustainable Agriculture in the BSA Curriculum, the UPLB College of Agriculture Experience, was published in 1999. At present, the College of Agriculture and Food Science, or CAFS, continues to be the premier institution of higher learning in agriculture and food science, and remains committed to nation building through its instruction, research, and extension programs. In order to produce the best graduates, all of our courses are outcomes-based education, and continuous improvement of the curriculum is being practiced to meet the challenges of the 21st century. As testament of excellence, CAFS is constantly recognized by different organizations. In research, we continue to implement relevant studies with focus on the 12 priority commodities to address food security. Moreover, Technologies are constantly developed to aid in responsible food production. Supplementing these are extension activities to disseminate the knowledge generated to improve food productivity and livelihood of the people. We believe that present technologies will future-proof our food systems. Some of our notable developments are iDetect, Coraginam, Plant Health and Pest Clinic, Pest Management Tools and Techniques, Smarter Pest Identification Technology or SpeedTech, Snap Hydroponics, Drone Technology, Rapid Immunofilter Assay for Virus Indexing, Nanofertilizers Fertigrow, Hormogrow, Nanobiosensors, Biochar, we at the College of Agriculture and Food Science will continue to promote and nurture a culture with innovative yet conscientious minds and cutting-edge skills to lead and serve the country and the region. We are one college with one goal towards sustainable food systems.
Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisihil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang pula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdiningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim, lupa ng araw na buwan, ating pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya ng patay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Good morning, magandang umaga. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to the search for the next Dean of the UPLB College of Agriculture and Food Science. My name is Joe Florendo, and I am the UP President Representative to the Search Committee. In this public forum, we will be listening to the plans and programs of the nominee for CAFS in the next 3 years. But before we start, I have a few reminders. This presentation is being recorded for documentation purposes. Kindly mute your microphone and turn off your camera. These should only be used during the question and answer portion. Use the question and answer button for your questions. Indicate your name and sector, whether you are a student or a member of the faculty, reps, administrative staff, alumni, etc. Questions will be read after the presentation of the nominee. You may upvote the question by clicking the like button. Questions with the most likes will be read first. To formally start the program, let us listen to the message of the Chair of the Search Committee, Vice Chancellor Janet Silva. Madam, the screen is yours.
Thank you very much, VP Joe. Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Isang mapagpalayang araw, mapagpalayang Lunes sa ating lahat. To the Search Committee members in attendance, kompleto po kami today. Magandang umaga po sa inyo. Dean, good morning. And to the CAFS constituents, magandang umaga po. We extended the active search for the call for nomination, and nakatanggap po kami ng 3 pang additional endorsements for our lone nominee. So mamaya po ipapakilala sa inyo ni VP Joe kung sino po ang ating lone nominee. Although I know that the CAFS constituents know, kasi nga ay yung support nila ay overwhelming, no? Before that, bago po natin ibigay ang floor, I would just like to remind everyone na bukas po ang sectoral consultation. So magpapadala po kami, actually pinadala po namin ang link sa CAFS para po kayo ay makapag-register for you to choose the date and time na mas appropriate or mas available po kayo para po doon sa interview. So far, we have received 3 interview slots for tomorrow from the student sector. So ang mga iba pa pong sektor ay inaanyayahan po namin. I'll just share the screen para po may idea tayo kung ano ang aking binabanggit. So ilalagay nyo lamang po the information that we need would be your email, your name, and then from what sector you are from, yung preferred interview nyo po, whether you want it to be done alone, or pwede rin po na may kasama po kayo. To save time, pwede po may kasama na tayo sa ating interview. And then, we have listed po the possible times. Pili lang po kayo ng isa. Or pwede rin po na mas marami pa sa isa ang piliin. And then we will tell you po kung ano po yung final na schedule. Kasi baka biglang ang dami pa lang nagpa-schedule sa time na yon. Gagawin po natin na mas maayos yung proseso para po hindi kayo naghihintay ng matagal at hindi po yung buong araw ay masasayang sa paghihintay. So, schedule po natin ng maayos yung pong pagpapa-interview ng bawat sektor. Ito pong link nito ay provided na rin. I think it was already posted sa Facebook page po ng CAFS. So thank you sa CAFS para po dun sa support. Yun pong mga hindi makakapag pa-schedule kasi po ay medyo busy, okay din lang po, no? Pwede po kayong mag-send sa akin, jmsilva@up.edu.ph. Papadalhan po namin kayo ng interview guide. Yun na lang po ang i-fill out nyo and then you can just send it via email din po. Para po lahat ng ating bosses ay mapakinggan para po dito sa search na ito. Maraming salamat po, VP Joe. Take the screen away again.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor Silva. It is now time to listen to the loan nominee. Our loan nominee for the next dean is Dr. Elpidio M Agbisit Jr. He obtained his BS in Agriculture, MS, and Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Science with specialization in swine production from UP Los Baños. Prior to serving as Dean, Dr. Agbisit held several administrative positions such as Director and OIC Director of the Institute of Animal Science, CAFS, Director of Animal and Dairy Sciences Cluster of the then College of Agriculture, Division Leader of Animal Production and Product Utilization Division, Animal and Dairy Sciences Cluster, and Assistant to the Vice Chancellor for Community Affairs, among others. He is also a member of the Technical Working Group Committee for the Swine Breeder Farms Accreditation Program and part of the DA Bar Pool of Experts. Among his notable extension services were consultant in swine production, and Executive Secretary and Treasurer of the Asian Association of Agricultural Colleges and University, Secretary of the Board of Trustees of UPLB Foundation, Animal Science Specialist, Chair and Member of Board of Directors of UPLB CAFS Alumni Association and National Dairy Authority. Dr. Agbisit, known as Dean PIDS to his colleagues, received several awards and distinctions such as the UP Diamond Jubilee Faculty Grant in Animal Science, Development Fund Faculty Grant Award, Research and Development Award, Best Paper or Award in Animal category, and the 1 UP Professorial Chair and Faculty Grant during the period 2019 to 2021 in recognition of his exemplary work as a teacher and a researcher. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Elpidio M Agbisit Jr. Sir, the screen is yours.
Hey, thank you very much, Sir Joe. I hope that all things are okay sa vaccination mo. And good morning to everyone, to the search committee headed by Vice Chancellor Silva, to the men and women of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, friends, guests, colleagues, a pleasant and blessed morning to everyone. I am fortunate to be presenting to you my plans and programs as Dean of the College of Agriculture and Food Science for October 2021 to September 2024. As the present Dean of the College, I am asking for a new mandate to make our aspirations come true in the next 3 years. For the next 3 years, our guiding principle will be the word world, which stands for World-Class Agriculture and Food Science College, offering sustainable degree programs and relevant services for its stakeholders using latest trends, innovations, and principles to be drivers of change for the environment and society. These guiding principles, I believe, will lead us to future-proof the College of Agriculture and Food Science for a future-proof University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Of course, this is achievable only with the help of the CAFS team, composed of the different units and headed by its directors and station managers. In the past 3 years, it was proven that CAFS is successful in its endeavor because everyone played their part and their role in helping the college. As our battle cry, we are one college, one family, with one goal towards sustainable food systems. Somebody asked me why I am fond of using the hexagon in our branding initiatives in the college. The hexagon, according to Google, is the strongest natural figure or shape. Alone, it is strong, but attached to one another, it is stronger and has greater functionality. Just like the beehive, the college, together with the different units as represented by the seal of the college, of the university, and the different stakeholders represented by the Aggie logo, should be a consolidated and coherent team. Using the phrase popularized by former Chancellor Dr. Ray Velasco, as a team, together, everyone achieves more. So how will CAFS achieve its dreams? If given a new mandate as the Dean and as a college, we will continue to pursue our present initiatives in the different consolidated programs, which will contribute to our guiding principles. We believe that CAFS is a system and every part makes up the whole. That is why we will continue to support the initiatives of our academic and research institutions and give them an enabling environment so that all their mandates can be fulfilled. In the last few slides of this presentation, I will be proposing new programs, projects, and activities which we plan to implement in the next 3 years. Of course, this is not written in stone. We are open to comments, suggestions, recommendation, and the most important one, financial support. In our plans and programs, next slide please, we will incorporate the food systems approach mindset. Of course, this is to contribute in achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Of course, we are expected also to familiarize ourselves to the digital science discipline to better understand how we can use it in answering complex challenges in the agriculture and food systems. And in addition, the future's thinking paradigm to make us more dynamic, resilient, and relevant. To be drivers of change for the environment and society that we desired, CAFS will be in constant communication with our stakeholders so that our academic, research, and public service programs will be updated. To achieve our goals, the right and well-trained manpower should be present, and the right and updated infrastructure should also be present. We will be discussing this in our first ever strategic planning workshop, how to operationalize things, and we have to set our targets. Let me elaborate on our present initiatives that we will continue in the next 3 years. The CAPS Sama-Sama Tayo, our student program. Of course, CAPS recognize that its primary stakeholder is its students. And with a lot of things going on, there is a need to look at the mental health of the students. That is why the Kapsama Nyo Kami online platform was launched by Dr. Catherine Ann Israel and the Student Welfare and Mental Health Committee. Thank you, Doc Kat, for that initiative. The CAFL, or the College of Agriculture Fund for Emergency Loan, which was started in the 70s for students. The board plans to increase their mobilization fund to a staggering 2 million by 2024. Of course, this is to widen the option for the emergency loan available for our students. Furthermore, a program was established by the college to recruit more students to go into agriculture. The Agri-Culture program, wherein COOL stands for Competitive, Optimal, Opportunity-Rich, and Lucrative Agriculture, which aims to change the notion that agriculture equates to poverty. Of course, I would like to thank our friends from the College of Development Communication for this initiative of COOL. Under this, a sub-program will be launched, the Agriculture Cares, which means careers in agriculture are rewarding, extensive and sophisticated, wherein series of materials for recruitment will be produced by CAFS. So in order to serve the students better, a continuous assessment and benchmarking of present programs and institutions of relevant courses are done and will be done. This is to ensure that our graduates are par with international standards and ready to be deployed after graduation. Aside from the theoretical aspect, practical courses were and will be instituted. This is to address the comments of industry partners that our CAPS students has the brains but lack the practical skills. One way of checking if we are still one of the best is undergoing the self-assessment, or we developed or started the self-assessment report preparation for the 3-degree program courses under the ASEAN University Network Quality Assurance. It is ongoing right now. With the quality checking, we can ensure that our staff, our facilities, and other factors are ready to produce quality students and identify our weaknesses so that we can strengthen it. In terms of internship program, we are currently having an active engagement with different industry partners to accept our students with MOU and MOA. This is a way to protect our students, the university, and the industry partners in terms of welfare. Right now, we are waiting for feedbacks of the different industry partners on their MOU and MOA templates given to them. Aside from the students, we also recognize the faculty and staff also needs to be taken care of as everyone is affected with different challenges. With this, a new committee on faculty and staff welfare and mental health was also established. This committee is spearheaded by Professor Angelo Tapia, and I am looking forward what innovation they will pursue. The college also facilitates and encourages staff development and enrichment, and we will continue to do so in the coming years. Further, part of the CAPS Pamilya Tayo program is streamlining operation of the college, ongoing assessment of college process flow, and realigning it with Aspire of the university. I expect that we will be producing an operations manual to serve as a guide to all staff of the college. We are expecting a change of personnel for the next 5 years. With this, new staff can be guided on how The college processes its document and other operations related activity. We aspire for an enabling environment for our faculty and staff so that they can enjoy working in CAFS. Of course, we haven't forgotten our dear alumni. We have initially launched the Kapsama Pa Rin Tayo program. We have a very unique alumni profile in the college. I think I have to discuss this with the incoming alumni board and the Council of Deans to better understand how can we get more alumni to participate in CAPS programs. In the past, different academic units have initiated their own alumni group and launched their own alumni tracer per unit. This unit alumni gathering showed better participation. That is why we encourage this initiative. Last October 10, we did that, and we found one challenge, and saw one challenge, that our alumni from the development communication at econ and engineering and other related sciences, has no units to go to. So we have really to adjust on this, and I have asked the Agricultural Systems Institute to cater to this, to our alumni, to these alumni. As our battle cry for one college and one family, we have to unify these unit alumni groups and geographic alumni groups in the College of Agriculture and Food Science Association, Alumni Association Board. Of course, moreover, we plan to initiate programs or launch programs to encourage alumni participation in CAPS initiative. Part of our stakeholders are institutions and industry players. So the CAPS PARE, or Partnership in Academic Research and Extension, will also be part of the future-proof college. CAPS will reach out to different agriculture, universities and colleges, and international partners to cooperate on a common area of interest that will be identified. Different academic partners will be invited also to publish in the Philippine Agricultural Scientists, an initiative to increase visibility of the journal. On the other hand, existing training and extension programs will be restructured to cater to the needs of different stakeholders. This, of course, is in coordination with OIDEP, headed by Dr. Greg Pawilet. The college recognized the growing interest in agriculture. That is why basic and popularized training programs will be conducted so that households can start farming to ensure food security. The Rebooting Agriculture in the New Normal web fresher courses gained a lot of audience in the past episodes, which gave us an insight to continue on with this initiative. Of course, all our webinars are available on our online platform of the college so that they can rewatch or watch it again. We have also a radio-based webinar series lined up with the College of Development Communication in the pipeline to cater to our farmers with no internet connection. To serve as a germplasm, storage, laboratory, museum, and tourist attraction, the College of Agriculture and Food Science Agri-Park will be revived and will be renamed the Agricultural Technology Park. Different programs will be available here, such as the quick access to experts for consultation and a place for technology testing for the college before dissemination to its intended stakeholders. This is also to serve as a tourist attraction and a camp for elementary and high school students that at the same time may entice them to go into agriculture in the future. The La Granja and our contribution to Laguna Land Grant, land use development, and infrastructure plans should be finalized so that we should have an idea on the futures program of the college in these areas. Towards future-proof college for UPLB, we are also dreaming of our new Dean's Office building that will also serve as a food security hub or center to house the food and agriculture-related multidisciplinary initiatives of the university. Moreover, to future-proof the academic programs of the college and to respond to the needs of our stakeholders, different programs initiated by our academic institution is in the pipeline as presented in this slide: BS, MS, PhD, and Master's program. Additionally, as an answer to the UP President's challenge to have more students experiencing UP education, an associate degree program will be also prioritized. To better implement our institute's mandate, additional infrastructure will be incorporated in the UPLB Land Use Development and Infrastructure programs. After the restructuring of the college that is addressing the value chain and the formulation of the CAFS commodity research agenda, an updating is proposed to incorporate the food systems approach, which includes sustainable development goals embedded in Agriculture 4.0 and Agriculture 5.0 in the agenda. This will be done using the futures thinking paradigm by forecasting the futures of our food system. An important challenge that is in terms of the commodity agenda is to push how we can financially support these initiatives. Towards a future-proof college for UPLB, the college will improve our remote learning initiatives and prepare for transition into blended or flexible learning in agriculture and food systems education. Sustainable degree programs that are sensitive to the needs and interests of the different stakeholders will be initiated. Blended learning, double major degrees, double degree programs, and global mobility shall be the major component of the sustainable program. Hope with this initiative, we can increase our QS ranking in agriculture and forestry. To better serve our student, the College Secretary's Office will develop the participatory monitoring aid system, and this is to monitor all students' requests and records. We are proposing to establish the Food and Agriculture Scientists of Tomorrow. This was inspired by my high school experience. It's a voluntary activity which primary objective is to jumpstart the learning process and the mindset and the love for hard work of our students in their degree programs through series of immersions. Smart lectures, lecture rooms, and laboratories for remote and blended learning will be instituted. Careful planning and designing to meet the unique requirements of each of our institutions. Of course, a very, very important component here is fund sourcing to implement these initiatives. In addition, to ensure that leadership in the college and units will not experience any vacuum, transformational leadership training workshops will be done in a yearly basis. And for our research institution and possibly academic laboratories, we will aim for its accreditation to ensure quality and safety in the services offered by the college. Thus, system and procedures will be improved and put into place. The price tag of production and technology, or what we call the technology commercialization initiatives, will be streamlining our efforts in commercializing our present products and establish a smooth protocol in commercializing our new technologies. Operationalization of this program will be coordinated with TTBDO. To better equip our stakeholders, executive courses and e-courses will be established, and I hope that the experience from these e-courses and executive courses can be used in the development for a more sensitive and relevant degrees. Based on my experience when I was a director of the Animal and Dairy Science Cluster, we initiated seminars on value orientation. This was spearheaded by then the Deputy Director, Amado Angeles. And this resulted in efficiency of service to our stakeholders. I think this can be the first program of the CAFS Pamilya Committee. To the men and women of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, we are here as government servants with a noble desire to be of service to the Filipino people. The proper mindset and commitment for service is important in order for us to succeed in future-proofing our college. Selflessness when dealing with our colleagues and stakeholders, engaging and reinvigorating at our workplace and related activities, a visionary in our own special way, and innovative in all our plans and programs. Conscientiousness or consensus in our pursuit to excellence in everything that we do. We honor our commitment with integrity. With all that, we are hoping that these plans will transpire in the next 3 years, or we pave the road for its implementation. To all the CAFS constituents, to the men and women of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, we are one college, one family, with one goal for a future-proof college. A future-proof college for a future-proof university towards sustainable food systems. May all our dreams come true. Hiraya Manawari. God bless us all. Good morning to everyone.
Maraming salamat din, Pete, for the comprehensive plans and programs for the next 3 years. Tama yung sinabi ni Dean Pete kanina, mas kukunti na compared to the accomplishments, I think, primarily because nakita natin na marami ng magandang nasimulan, and that most of them will just be continued. And of course, considering the current setup and the current challenges, yung opportunities naman ang kailangan nating bigyang pansin, which were actually presented doon sa plans and programs ni Dean. So thank you very much po, Dean. Before I read the question doon po sa ating Q&A box, I would just like to remind everyone, open na po ang ating forum, so you can raise your hand if you would want to engage us live. Or pwede rin naman po na kung gusto nyo basahin na lamang po namin yung questions nyo, ay ilagay na lamang po sa Q&A box para din po ma-upvote ng ibang gustong yun ang itanong. The first question that we see here, although anonymous attendee, next time po make sure that you are identified, although sa question naman niya mukhang makikita natin from what sector the person is from. So Dean, the question is, what are your plans for the reps, which is a unique sector in addition to the faculty and admin staff?
Hi, good morning. Of course, alisin ko lang yung Q&A. Okay. So basically when I when I mean the word staff in terms of all my plans, I was referring to faculty reps and administrative staff. No, of course we all know that the university have plans on this, no, especially in profiling initiatives in terms of giving our reps this pagbabago in terms of how they are like our faculty. There's a development on that, no, so staggered and ways, no. But of course I really that is an initiative of the university, and what we think that is achievable in terms of the college is that give them that's this enabling environment for them to pursue their research activities, no. So we're looking into that in the process flow, making it faster because we have heard so many comments on processing of papers and everything. No, we have like to identify where the problem is, and so that we can do some things about it. No, sa reps also we try to encourage them to share their knowledge to our students, no, through internship with the different units, and of course share this also in terms of academics. So that's the reason why we have an affiliate research research personnel for teaching, no. So this is to give them chance for this, no. So of course we will also be an advocate for these changes in the profile or in the system that we handle our reps, no. But of course the college has a limited uh, say on this because that is a university wide program, no. So don't worry, we are looking at you guys, and you are a very big contributor to the success of the college.
Maraming salamat din, Pete. Yes po, I check the composition of CAFS at sobrang dami nga po ng reps. So thank you for that. Para po dun sa nagtanong, so Dean Pete's promise to come up with an enabling environment, although yes, we recognize that this is basically a system initiative. It would have to be a holistic process, no, sa buong UP system, not just only in the campus, in our CU, pero system-wide po talaga ang kailangan dito. And streamlining of processes. So thank you very much for that, Dean. The next question po, how can the Agritech Park plan operationalize during this time of pandemic? And it is not sure when the health risk will be lessened or erased.
Yes, yes po. We also acknowledge that, no. But unfortunately, because of the changes in the LUDIP program of the university, we will maybe be changing the site of the Agritech Agri-Park, no. So it will take a long time for it to meet what to do what is expected of it, no. So maybe after 3 years, we can change location already, and we have maybe established the different necessary infrastructures for it. So maybe within 3 years, no. I heard in the news that we have so many vaccines that will be coming in. So I hope that by that time we are also ready, no. Of course, in terms of the Agri Park, there are certain portions of it that has to be developed first, no. For example, as a gene bank, no, as a source of genetic material, no. Matagal pong magtanim, no. So it will take us maybe a few more years, so past the 2024. But setting what is to be done and what it is intended to be, and of course, kaya po namin pinakita yung what is the Agri-Park all about, because we want to get financial support coming from outside UPLB. No, I know that the Chancellor is always helping us in terms of finances, pero sa dami po na humihingi kay Chancellor, sa dami po ng kanyang mga anak na kolehiyo, madami pong humihingi, no. So we don't want to overburden the Chancellor with all of this asking for financial support, no. So naghahanap rin ho kami ng paraan, no. We try. Of course, before the pandemic, we have talked with certain people in tourism, in in local government, to help us in this. No, we had positive feedbacks, but unfortunately, pandemic came, and of course, natigil lahat po ng initiatives, and all of the support that was intended for that, so of course, moved to a different priority, no. So the plan should be there. Ganun po kasi ang sistema ko. Kahit malayo siyang dumating, no, at least there are plans there set para pag dumating po yung grasya, meron kang ipapakita. Hindi mo na kailangang gawin pa uli, no, or i-rush it na madami kang makikitang kulang No? So the plans are there. No, I also encourage all my institutions to do that. Okay, to dream big and let us wait for that opportunity to get funding or get support for these different initiatives. Minsan po nagkaka-consider na I get negative feedback coming from different administrators. Sabi nila, ang hirap na magplano at wala ka naman makitang ano yun, rainbow or future on this. No? Pero the plan should be there. What that plans are all about, and definitely things will come in. No? So yun po, ma'am.
Salamat po. It's a work in progress, but planning ahead really helps. Salamat, Dean, for that. Next po ay sa chat pinadaan ni Ma'am Karen Albiar. So the CAFS Committee for Faculty Health, Welfare, Mental Wellness is a very good initiative in the college. Will there be financial support for staff or faculty who wants to seek psychiatric or psychological consultation? Thank you.
Hi, Ma'am Karen. I know that the university has a program on helping our faculty and staff on this aspect. Students, I know, faculty, I think there should be, no, because they have also initiated the program on mental health for faculty and staff, no. If none, we'll try to look for some, Ma'am Karen, on this, no. Of course, I know that the UHS has a and ma'am ma'am, pwede ba? Ma'am Janet, pwede ba yung mga faculty and staff natin na talk with your psychiatrist in your office?
Yes po, Office of Counseling and Guidance, sir.
So it's open for not only students but also for faculty and staff, no? I don't know about financial support. Ito ba yung gamot, Ma'am Karen? I'm not familiar with this, no? On how much it will cost, no? Maybe we can talk about this. Ma'am Karen, you talk with your representative on the committee, the CAFS committee, and maybe pwede nilang i-consolidate all of this and we can plan on it, no? Yan ang mahirap po pag pinag-usapan ng financial support. We have limited support in the college, financial support in the college, and so we have to really budget it. Minsan nga nahireta na kung kuripot, pero we have to budget it so that we can have money in the future also for other programs. Now we'll see into that. We'll see if we can initiate this financial support.
Maraming salamat po. Din, dadagdagan ko yung binanggit nyo kanina. May banggit lang po si Ma'am Rina. So, an ad hoc committee, kailangang UPLB. Kalingang UPLB, sorry. Ad hoc committee, kalingang UPLB. Tama po yun, no? We have an ad hoc committee for that, Ma'am Karen, for the information din po of CAFS constituents. It's headed by Prof. RG Albor of CHE. Nasa pipeline na po ito in terms of the support from the system. So talaga pong crucial yung napapag-usapan ng mental health, not only of the students but also of the faculty and staff. Kaya po, and reps, sorry. Tama po si Dean kanina kapag po binabanggit yung staff, kasama po talaga yung reps and the admin sector. So staff na lang, UP personnel, yun. UPLB personnel, lahat po sila ay kasama po doon. So thank you po.
Ma'am, can I add something? In addition to what we are doing in terms of organizing the college, what if there is a committee in the university, we try to make a subcommittee here in the college for better movement and efficiency, no? So it has been a protocol that each of the different units have their own lead persons, and it's consolidated into one major committee of the college that will coordinate with that of the university, you know. So one aspect of that is this committee of CAFS Pamilya, which will coincide or be functional in terms of its relationship with the university, you know. So we'll try to have our own programs on this, no. But of course, this will be in coordination with the bigger university committee.
Thank you, Dean. Yes po, makakatulong po talaga na may mga sari-sariling initiative yung colleges kasi po ay mas alam din, mas kilala din natin yung ating mga personnel. Thank you very much po. Ang takeaway din natin dito, basta sama-sama po tulong-tulong at saka po napapaabot yung mga concerns, gagawan po yan ng paraan. There is another question. Sorry, Ma'am Karen, nag-post din po pala kayo kanina sa Q&A, but it's the same question. So let's proceed to the next. Sir Dean, paki-comment na lang po dito. Ang sabi po ay, Sir, when setting a gene bank, it is not that easy and the biological diversity is governed by national and international laws. Thus, it is not really straightforward to distribute animal, plant, and microorganism germplasm to anyone. There are existing gene banks and maybe collaboration or a link can be made and the more effective way of doing distribution of germplasm. Any comment on that, sir?
Di ko makita saan ba nakalagay yon sa
Nasa Q&A po, sir.
Okay.
And, yes po. Sige po, if you need time to read, go ahead po.
Okay. Ma'am, I think he's referring to the gene bank that we will be placing in the Agri Park. I hope that is, I have understood the question. No, this is the gene bank that I am proposing are the different varieties and products that the college has produced, no, especially IPB. Of course, IPB has its own gene bank, no. Hindi po kami makikiagaw doon, but of course to show this, no, in terms of the Agri Park as a museum, no. So dapat nandun din yung mga iba-ibang mga unique varieties and gene banks on this, no. So of course, nung malaki pa yung area natin sa old Agri Park, we plan to put their varieties of coconut. We have coordinated with PCA. There's a project on langka on this. And of course, one of my favorite is the indigenous crops, no, which I was coordinating with Sir Rodel. But unfortunately, all of this was put into nilagay sa tabi because of the LUDI program of the university, no. So sayang po kasi magtanim kung puputulin lang nila later on, no. So magtatanim na lang tayo in the right place later on, no. So of course we will look into that national and international programs. Not I was not thinking of the foreign gene banks, no. Meron tayong units for that, no. So ayokong umapak no. So if in terms of the Agri Park, things that we can quote unquote brag about. Okay, so yung like for example the varieties of gumamela that we have, the varieties of mosaenda that we have, no, at least mayroong maganda doon isang lugar na sama-sama sila, nakikita mo yung variation and maybe a little bit of kwento on what that is. And kasi may mga pangalan yan, it was named after this one, so mga little bit kwento to serve as a museum for just in case students in the future will be able to come back and visit us, and they can see this. Oh, ito pala, meron palang niname para sa mga artista. So something like that, no? So it's a learning process, no?
Thank you po. May cultural implication din po siya, no? So maraming salamat for that question din po and for the answer. We have Sir Glenn Gregorio raising his hand. Sir, kindly unmute yourself po and then the stage is yours. Sorry.
Okay, can you hear me, Ma'am Janet?
Yes po. Go ahead,
Okay.
Sir Glenn.
Thank you, Sir Pids. Alam mo naman, paborito kitang din eh. Thank you for your very impressive plans and programs. I have a question here. Let's say that you are implementing those programs based on the normal process of the university or university system. Sabi mong normal process, hindi natin ma-prioritize lahat. But we have a philanthropist here. Let's hide it in the name of Glenn Gregorio. He is giving an amount of 1 billion peso for the next 3 years. What program or specific project for CAFS will you offer to have the most impactful program that will benefit the agricultural sector? This is another Miss Universe question, but I just give you, kasi kanina you are always saying kulang tayo ng budget, but here comes a philanthropist giving you, here's an amount, one check, 1 billion or 20 million dollars, 1 billion pesos. Give me a project that will have an impactful benefit sa ating farmers or sa ating agricultural sector in the next 3 years. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Sir Glenn. Bago po sumagot si Dean Pids, Sir Glenn, kailangan din po namin ng philanthropy sa OVCSA. Dean, kayo na po.
Thank you very much, Sir Glenn. Talagang hindi ka kumukupas sa mga tanong mong yan. Lagi-laging tinanong mo na sa akin yan nung tayo may light moments. No? So, basically, what will I do with your 1 billion, Sir Glenn? Ang gagawin ko po dyan, 1 billion may be a big amount to many. But in the long run, it is maybe small in terms of all the initiatives that we want to go into. No? Ilalagay ko po yan, Sir Glenn, no? Sa CAFS Endowment Fund. I plan to develop, or I have been dreaming of an endowment fund for the College of Agriculture, to put it there and let it be used and let the interest be used to fund most of our projects. No, I know maybe divide ko yan, Sir Glenn. No, so 50% will go to the endowment fund, 50% will go into different programs. No, what program that I see that is the strongest, that will have a impact on agriculture and maybe students coming in agriculture, is the Agriculture Technology Park. Because the Agriculture Technology Park has so many facets in it. And of course, nobody funds it, no? I don't know why. Pero it has so many facets of it. So I will put certain portions of your money into that endeavor, no? So it will boost up agriculture, making it cool and sexy the way you want it, you perceive it to be. And of course, show technologies, no, that can be used by farmers, can be used by different stakeholders in their field of interest. Okay? So maliit po yun, 1 billion nyo, Sir Glenn, no? Maybe 1 billion per year, expecting that, no? Sir Glenn, hindi po ko kinakabahan kasi alam ko naman po with the initiatives of Sir Glenn, not only he is a hidden entrepreneur, by the way, everyone, not he will be giving that 1 billion in the next 3 years, sir, or 2 years, no?
Yes.
So yun po. Yan. Thank you, Sir Glenn, for that donation.
Yung 1 billion is for 3 years. Wag mo ilagay sa endowment. I want it spent.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So, pag naubos mo yan, bibigyan ulit ng 1 billion. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Now that it is clear, no? So don't worry, Sir Glenn. Uubusin natin yan in terms of our academic and giving an enabling environment to every institutions in the college. No, so yun yung mahirap fund, sir, yung enabling environment. Maybe developing the smart classrooms, which is a new initiative, which will expand later on. No? So yun po yung 1 billion. Ubusin po namin yan within 1 year.
Yes, maraming salamat po for that exchange. Alam natin na with 1 billion, marami po talagang magagawa, especially at this point. Do we
And
have,
ma'am, I will be donating some of it sa opisina nyo for student welfare, definitely.
Hinihintay ko po talaga yon din. Salamat po, maraming salamat. We have another question from Ma'am Joy Banayo. Are you open to the possibility of allowing private companies rent the Quezon land grant, such as for forage planting, so that it may be maximized? And then meron pong $1 million question, and why?
The land grant or the Quezon land grant po is not under the College of Agriculture and Food Science. It is under the UP system. So I don't have any authority over it, no? Ang contribution lang po namin, and we are looking at the Laguna land grant because historically that is a dairy land grant. Okay, so we are looking at how we can move certain activities of the university like the germplasm. There's an initiative already by IPB on the coconut germplasm to be situated there. So yun po yung tinitingnan naming aspeto, no? So of course all activities that will require or initiated by private companies. So of course should go. We are open to that. No, we are open to private academic partnership. We should go or undergo the process of this. No, so MOA, no, not MOA, MOA para klaro po, protektado tayo, protektado sila. Okay, pero if you plan to put a forage area in the Laguna land grant, no, or the Quezon land grant, we have to talk with Sir Pat Malabrigo on this, no. And of course, tinignan natin kung anong forage po ang itatanim nyo kasi wala pong lalo na sa Laguna land grant, wala pong or kukunti lang, I think less than 20% lang po ang patag doon. The rest are hilly, and a forage initiative will maybe go against agroforestry principles. I'm not quite sure on that. No? Si Sir Nestor po ang kailangan nating tanongin on that.
Thank you very much po. Nag-message po si Chancellor, who is now watching via the YouTube live streaming. So good morning, Chancey.
Good morning, sir.
May questions pa po ba tayo? Habang naghihintay kasi wala na po ako nakikita sa ating question and answer box and the chat box. Meron po akong tanong, Dean. You mentioned a while ago that one of the problems of not only CAFS, no, but the rest of the colleges and the university is funding. And of course, we already know that pandemic remains to be a great challenge, a great hurdle. Aside from funding and pandemic, ano po sa tingin nyo ang malaking challenge na kailangang solusyonan ng CAFS sa panahong ito? Thank you po.
Ma'am, challenge, no, or challenges that we can be part of the solution will be the challenge of the food systems now that we have. No, we have to really kaya lagi po yung tagline ko towards a sustainable food systems, because worldwide we have so many issues on this, and there are only few initiatives in the college towards to that. No, so we will try to consolidate all of this and pursue this challenge, no, head on, because things are changing, and we have to have a multidisciplinary approach in terms of the different outcomes of our food systems. No, they are there. Hindi yung pumawawala yung kahit sabi mong maliit lang tayong bansa, but we are contributing to different mga different we are contributing to the outcomes of this food system, no. Small man lang tayo, or we are not a big player like other developed countries, but of course in our small little way we can address the different issues on food system. Okay, it's a challenge, no, because basically we don't have the mindset for it right now. Our mindset right now is of course feeding the nation. And that is always the mindset of everyone, of every agriculturist. Nung nandun po ka sa Animal Dairy Science Cluster, ang mindset po namin lagi-lagi is we are feeding the world. So ibig sabihin yan, feeding the world. But of course, during the future's thinking paradigm, we opened up our minds on sustainability and different aspects or expected outcomes of this system that we are in. So we have to really change our mindset towards that, and that is a very big challenge. in terms of our college, no?
Thank you po. While waiting for others to pose the question, or to pose questions pa rin, sir, I remember during the strat planning, may mga nabanggit no na challenges din, additional challenges for CAFS. May we ask po the concrete plans of CAFS for in order to attract more BS agriculture students, and yung batay sa comments po ni PDLC at ni VP Sinch before in terms of the possibility of internationalizing the BS Agri program. Thank you po.
Ma'am, in terms of the college, in terms of enrollment in the college, if you go back to my accomplishment reports, we always satisfy the basic ano bang tawag natin doon, ma'am, yung quota of the different degrees, no? That is 130 for BSA, 100 for food science, and 100 for agriculture biotechnology. Okay, for UPLB, we always have that, no? We don't have any problem with that enrollment. The basic problem is those students going out after a year. So you can just simply see how this, no? But we have observed that most of these transferees are DPWAS. And those that pass the UPCAT pero wala silang tama ba term, kung mapaglagyan na kolehiyo, so dun sila pupunta sa amin. So right there and then, we saw that their mindset was not in agriculture already. So definitely, they want to go out, no? So of course, for the first year, wala kami nagawa kaya hindi siya napamahal sa agriculture. So he has to get out, no? So that's one thing, no? So what do we do now, no? So basically what we saw also doon sa mga taong pumapasok as waiting list, kaya nila gusto ng agriculture because in their past, in their elementary or their high school, they had experience in agriculture and they saw the importance of agriculture. Okay? So yun po yung nakita namin. So ang palagay ko, ang approach here in terms of getting students to go into agriculture is to imbibe in them when they were still young, no? And that is the reason, the same reason that I had, because in elementary during our time, nagtitil ka ng land. In high school, nagtitil ka ng land. I had a very good instructor or professor in agriculture, and most ruralite in our parts knows him, Professor Tabinga. He has imbibed the true essence of na agriculture sa amin. So yun po yung nakita ko, no? So if you look at our programs, you can see that these programs are geared towards that, no? Imbibing the sense of agriculture to the young ones. Kasi pag matanda na po yan or college na yan at you have to imbibe it to them, in one way or another, they will go kung hindi talaga, wala talaga sa isip, wala talaga po sa puso ang pagiging agriculturist nila. Of course, we try our best to hold this to make life within the university good for them, no? So in terms of our students, no, we try to show them what is agriculture all about. So yan po yung, and of course yung kunento ko po kasi inyo kanina, the FAST program, the Food and Agriculture Scientists of Tomorrow, will jumpstart this program, no? It has been a dream noon pa, no, to how to do this, no? But of course, in one way or another, I got negative feedbacks coming from different people that I talked to. So medyo naharang siya. And I hope that this 3 years, if given the mandate again, I can implement this, no? Masubukan ba, ma'am, kung how to proceed with this? Internationalization, we have been planning it all the time, no? That's why we had during our first initial months of projects, no, of dealing in the university, in the college, we try to go to other schools or other Asian. Hindi pa po ako nakakapunta sa Europe. Papunta pala ako one time. Pero in other colleges in Taiwan and in Thailand, benchmarking ourselves to this, no, and maybe also trying to uh, uh, have have ano, um, cooperations with different college. One very I want to ikikwento ko lang po na yung isang trip namin sa Chongqing University wherein we had a MOAF agreement. Ang mabilis po niya, no? So these are just happens months lang, no? And they had a program on exchange, no? I also reported that, no? 5 students went there for their exchange program. Ang ganda po ng exchange program nila kasi talagang nakakuha yung mga estudyante, naka-embed dun sa community, no? So doing that, sharing their knowledge on how to address these different problems, no? So yun po yung unang initiatives that really sparked internationalization of our graduates. Now we have also some friends in Nagoya, Nagoya ba yun? In Japan in general, no, who are as sending our students there, and we plan for more mobilization. Right now we have initiatives on this, no. We have initial communications with a certain university in US that is now having a webinar internship program. We are looking into that aspect also, no? So maybe I hope that will materialize in the near future so that we can incorporate this in our internship program. And of course, in terms of internationalization, yung influx naman ng mga student from outside, because we are hearing so many comments on this, no? So at least dapat yung facilities natin and infrastructure. The minds are there, the people are there, no? So this will get people to coming. Pero pag nakita ng mga estudyante na infrastructure mo ay hindi ganun kaganda, they will definitely not come in, no? So we have to really develop this infrastructures, these laboratories. Kaya nga maganda sana we have smart laboratories and smart lecture rooms so that we can have students, no? Right now we have also communications with UGM, UGM and other Indonesian universities. They want their students to enroll, no? So I have talked with Anna regarding this, and she had a positive answer to this query, and we have sent this to UGM already. And another university, alam, ang hirap kasi i-pronounce yung mga universities sa Indonesia. Pero we have another one that is, but these are all basically kasi in agriculture, no? So maybe different college have their own initiatives also here. So we are trying our best to really make our programs attractive to international students, no? I have heard a comment also that there are more students, foreign students, especially in Korea and I think in China, doing their PhD in other universities. So that is a question that is an observation that we have to look into closely, no? Of course, I don't want to be pangunahan kung ano man lang yung kanya, but I have to study it, look into it. But of course, meron kami ibang haka-haka na I think it's not then these are only haka-haka na pa lang po. So we have to really have the needed information so that we can look into this.
Maraming salamat po, Dean. I would have to agree, no, with mindsetting. Kailangan talaga yung positibong mindset, whatever benchmark we have on positive mindsetting. I hope din po that with our plans in terms of the food systems and all the plans that you have laid out, eventually sa atin na magbe-benchmark ang mga universities. So hindi na tayo ang magbe-benchmark sa kanila, rather they would be benchmarking from the National University of the Philippines, the UPLB. May message po si Ma'am Claire. The webinars by CAFS, especially regarding youth champions, are really great avenues to attract students in agriculture. So mas comment lang siya, sir, not a question.
Yes, ma'am, that webinar series, yung if my memory serves me right, yung pangatlo saka yung huli are really geared towards our, of course, their webinar series too, but they are more to attract students, no? Kaya yung pinakahuli po, which we term international because we have international speakers there, no? Was the highest growing in attendance and participation, around 4,000 of it, no? So you can see that the students are evaluating their options in terms of agriculture. And of course, and I forgot, no, na that we have an initiative, ma'am, yung AACU. We are a member, the College of Agriculture is a member of AACU. This is an Asian organization. And this is a very good venue for us for internationalization. Most of our initiatives, we got it from the initiatives of AACU. Okay, so yung collaboration po namin, yung pag-uusap-usap namin sa mga members ng AACU is paving the way for internationalization, no? So of course, yung ibang mga universities, they have very, very big budget for that, no? So I'll get a little bit of the 1 billion of Sir Glenn and put it into this mobilization program, no? Sir Glenn, mauubos ko na yung 1 billion mo. Okay, so ilalagay po natin doon para to, at least yung mga estudyante natin hindi kakaba-kaba, no? And of course, nung wala pa yung 1 billion ni Sir Glenn, iniisip rin namin na how do we fund this, no? So yung CAFL program, we really wanted it to be a big chunk so that we can have this investment on this. Pero of course, nag-iisipan namin yung paano siya babalik because we want the CAFL program to be sustainable, no? So it's a loan program for mobilization of students abroad also, no? So tinitingnan pa po namin yon, and I hope that we have enough funds for that. And of course, the environment will allow that to happen later on. Yan po, ma'am.
Salamat po, sir. Bago ko po itanong ang question ni Sir Orville Bondok, naalala ko, sir, that we have, may mga natatanggap tayo before na agam-agam and speculations that the agricultural programs under CAFS na may mababang enrollment or mababang graduation ay for abolition. May we hear from you po regarding plans for those agricultural programs?
Ma'am, we are looking into that. No, the last meeting that we had with Team Jomar, I personally asked for their updates. Of course, you know that the graduate programs is administered by the graduate school, so we don't have the data on it. So I asked Sir Jomar during our meeting, if you remember, that specific courses on this, no? So we're looking into that, no? Maybe based on mayroong mga programs talaga po na hindi gaano in-enrollan. So I think one aspect of that is that we have to sell it properly again, no? Sell it properly, and of course ask for support from the different SUKs, no? As Dr. President Tulin, ano ba, kailangan niyo po ba to or what, no? For them to, kasi because one of our major enrollees in the graduate program are coming from our state universities and colleges, no? So we hope that this may be tweaking it also is one aspect of it, no? So selling it, tweaking it in this aspect.
Thank you very much po, Dean, for your answer. The question from Sir Bondok, what are your specific personal plans or visions as a CAFS Dean for the IES University Animal Farm for the next 3 years, other than those currently being pursued by Director Romel Sulak?
Of course, ma'am, of course, the Institute of Animal Science University Animal Farm is directly administered by IES, no? So, and the support that I gave to Doc Romel was, I think he is also doing what I have planned for in the past, no? So of course tweaking that plan based on what is happening in the system. But we were looking into that. We are in close communication with Doc Romel, looking at what's going on the surroundings of the University Animal Farm. Napag-usapan na namin ng madaming bagay, like just simply converting it into a research farm and looking for other places in the university, looking at the land grant, Laguna land grant per se, to establish that big uh, mm, production farm for that, and then just put some animals in this universe para minimal po yung environmental loading and its effect to the next the nearby communities, no, because before the pandemic we had so many problems on environmental on smell primarily, no, so because of the large number of animals that are there, so we can just simply make it as a research farm or research production farm for our students. No, mahirap kasi pupunta sila sa land grant para gumawa lang ng research, no. So we aim to put that big commercial farm in the Laguna land grant. I think we have set a claim already in the master plan on that, but titingnan pa rin po, no, saan ilalagay yon in terms of the math para hindi naman po maapektuhan kasi meron rin mga ibang mga units na maglalagay ng kanya-kanyang building. And you know, when you talk about a big animal farm or a commercial farm or a multiplier farm or a production farm, I mean talaga medyo magkakaroon ng smell, no. So I think we have to enclose it in a series of windbreaks, no, para medyo hindi mangamoy, no. So tataniman namin ng madaming fruit trees and coconut trees and all the different trees around. So yun po yun, the master plan of it, no. So Doc Bondok, I'm in continuous communications with Doc Romel regarding this, no. So of course now the immediate is to put roofing on top of the different houses, because when we remove the asbestos, wala silang roof, no. So yun ang immediate response, and of course restructuring of everything, moving different facilities already, and we have initial communication with the president on this, no. He is very supportive on the initiatives of Dr. Romel and his group regarding the University Animal Farm.
Maraming salamat, Dean. There is a comment from our faculty representative and also the director of PISAE. I think this is in relation to the dwindling enrollment in some of our agricultural programs. So sabi po ni Ma'am Rina, we will promote CAFS programs, especially those that will be offered under UP PISAE. So thank you po, Ma'am Rina.
Thank you very much po, ma'am.
We have a comment and a question from Mr. Benedict Kyle Barber. So good morning, Dean Peds. You mentioned internship programs and practical training under the initiatives for student development earlier. Can you share some particulars of those which us students can look forward to? Is this separate from 198? Thank you po.
Ma'am, the internship program, of course, in the College of Agriculture, the students have an option to do thesis and an internship program, or to do a farm practice and a special problem, no. So may options pong ganon ang College of Agriculture, no. So now what we are doing, of course, because of the IFTF ruling, we almost do all our webinars or our internship programs virtually. And fortunately we gotten some partners on this, no. So in animal science, meron pong isang malaking kumpanya that is catering to our students internship program. And of course, yung tanong ni Kyle, okay, we are now going to, kasi yung official MOA ay nailabas na. So we are planning to talk with this different institutions to get MOAs already. So now that we have webinar, if the company has a webinar training, definitely we can tap that company. But later on, when everything, and I hope everything will be fine, we have the herd immunity that we want, easy na po tayo mag-internship. Madali na. Kasi andyan na yung usapan eh. Okay? It's a 5-year MOA. No? Diba? Yung gano'n naman talaga MOA natin. It's always 5 years. No? So it's a 5-year MOA. And I hope and I pray that within that 5 years span, we go back to to what you call normal, or go back to what is expected of us. So because agriculture really is a skill-related degree, no? So we really need this. We really need this internship program to better equip our students when they graduate, no? So we are asking for help of private institutions and government institutions even, no? We had initial talks with Region 4 ADA, yung malalapit po na mga different institutions, government institutions. We plan to do this also to the ATI, no? So para madali pong ma-deploy ang mga estudyante natin on different aspects of internship. But of course, we only do it now, Kyle, virtually pa lang, and we hope that we can do it blended or F2F later on, no? So yun po.
Maraming salamat din, Pids. Wala na po akong nakikitang comments and questions sa ating chat box and Q&A box. For the search committee members, do you have further questions before we say thank you? Sige, si Ma'am Rina is raising her hand. Ma'am Rina, go ahead po.
Magandang umaga po, Dean Pids. Dahil alam niyo naman po na ako ay kasama ng inyong Interdisciplinary Study Center on Organic Agriculture, gusto ko lang pong tanungin kung ano po ang inyong programa para palaganapin at mapalawak ang organic agriculture dito po, kahit sa Laguna lang po. Salamat po.
Ma'am, just frankly, no, there is a multidisciplinary team already handling the organic, no. So I support it in every which way that I can. I don't want to make my own, because I know that you are doing your job properly. The multidisciplinary team is really functioning at its best, no. So as a college, we support those things, no. Yun lang po ang pwede kong i-share, and of course pag meron kasi mga initiatives, no, I put my ideas in my effort in other things na pwedeng bigyan ng much pansin, and I think the organic team is doing very well, and they're functioning very well. So wag mo nang guluhin, wag ko na silang guluhin, no. I believe on that aspect of management. Yan po, ma'am.
At na po yung suporta nyo, sir. Salamat po.
Wala lang financial support, ma'am. Pero don't worry, if given the 1 billion, definitely I will invest something sa organic.
Thank you po. Mukhang maraming makikinabang. Sir Glenn Gregorio, marami pong makikinabang sa inyong 1 billion. So sana po mabigay agad sa CAFS. Thank you very much po. I would have to agree with Dean Pids, no? Kapag maayos ang sistema, we support that particular system. So thank you very much. Maraming salamat po sa lahat. Sorry, nagti-thank you na ako. Baka pala may iba pang question from the search committee. Okay na po ba tayo? Okay po, nagsa-thumbs up na po sila. Mukhang exhaustive na rin, no? Very engaging yung open forum natin today. So thank you very much, Dean Pids, for bravely answering those questions and for being very honest with your answers. Bago po tayo tuluyang magpaalam, we have 2 more videos para po i-play ang ating the screen is yours. Para sa CAFS Him at sa UP naming mahal. Ito po ay bahagi na ng kultura at ng program, hindi po pwedeng mawala. Maraming salamat po.
Hail college dear, thou learning's fountain, head of worth untold. We proudly sing thy praise and wave thy flags of green and gold. We love thy fields and pastures where our daily work is done, and nature's endless secrets are unraveled one by one. Agriculture college dear, devoted sons will ever be. Our inspiration do we always draw from thee. We come from all the regions of this eastern island fair, and trustingly we place ourselves in thy protecting care. With Mount Makiling standing guard in its majestic view, and Laguna's placid waters lending splendor to the view. With life's full of sunshine, there is no place more charming, blessed with God's more bounteous gifts. Agriculture, college, dear, devoted sons will ever be. Unceasing inspiration do we always draw from thee. We come from all the regions of this eastern island fair, and trustingly we place ourselves in thy protecting care. Agriculture, college, dear, devoted sons will ever be. Unceasing inspiration do we always draw from thee. We come from all the regions of this eastern island fair, and trustingly we place ourselves in thy protecting care.
Maraming salamat po muli sa lahat ng dumalo at nagbahagi sa amin ng inyong oras para sa presentation ni Dean Peets. Paalala lamang po sa lahat, no, ang sign-up sheet po natin para po sa interview tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 12 noon for all the UPLB CAFS personnel, and then from 1 to 5 p.m. para naman po sa mga students and alumni ay open po, pwede po siyang sagutan hanggang 5 p.m. today. Ayusin po namin ang schedule from 5 to 7, and then 7 p.m. isisend po namin sa inyo ang inyong oras ng pag-login sa Zoom. We will also be sharing the Zoom credentials via the email address na inyo pong ibibigay para po hindi kayo maghintay ng matagal. So definite po yung time na papasok po sa Zoom para sa inyong schedule interview. Maraming salamat po sa lahat, Dean Peets. Mag-picture lang po with the committee members para po sa documentation. The rest po may leave now. Maraming salamat po. Pwede na rin po natin itigil ang live streaming. Maraming salamat po sa lahat.